ខ្ញុំសូមសាស្ត្រខ្មែរសូមស្វាគមន៍ការត្រឡប់មកការវគ្គទី2របស់ training របស់យើងខ្ញុំសូមបញ្ជាក់ថាយើងនឹងមានការចាប់ឆ្នោតនៅឯចុងកម្មវិធីហើយយើងមានរង្វាន់ជាពួកការពារនិងហើយនឹង VP មួយចំនួនទៀតហើយមួយវិញទៀត speaker គាត់នឹងមានសំណួរ3សំណួរដើម្បីសួរដល់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលចូលរួមហ្នឹងទាក់ទងជាមួយនឹង Internet Fundamental. Okay, we will have a lucky draw for this program at the end of the sessions. And the speaker will have 3 questions to ask the participant on the Internet Fundamental. So please enjoy the second sessions. Thank you.
No, mình không còn đôi nó không như là
Alright, welcome back again. Since this morning I'm the one who's speaking and you guys are not speaking, just listening. So, do you have any question? No? All good? Clear? Excellent. So, before we went for break, we were discussing about the basic history, architectures, very fundamental aspect of the internet, and how we can prepare ourselves to be a professional in this internet industry. That's what I just gave you some guidelines, right? I mean, just my thought. So, after the break, I'd like to talk something about how to build better internet. How to think, how to build better internet. Okay. As you know, in internet, probably in internet, the most valuable thing would be in future is the content, right? Content, data. Whoever has got more content, probably they are the richest guy. What do you think? What I am trying to clarify is the perception. Now, if we pay for internet, whom we are paying? Are we paying to get the data to someone or to Google? Or we are paying someone to give us the access? What do we do now? So this is we call internet economy. How to build internet economy? How to build business? So, yeah, whatever you do, we need to understand the logic behind it, the business logic, right? What is the business logic of internet? Why we are paying? We are paying to get connected. Simple, right? When we are paying to get connected, then what we are getting? Are we getting coke? Are we getting shirts, pants? No. We are getting information, we are getting data, right? So actual commodity is the data. So that's why in internet, most of the money actually will go, who has got data? That slide that we'll be using, I'll be sharing that slide with Micomnet. They'll upload the slide to that website. You can go and download it. The slide will be available. So don't just spend your time to take notes. Yeah, if you want, you can take notes. That's fine. So what I'm trying to clarify now, how to build better internet, how to build internet economy, right? The logic behind internet, where the money comes, where the money stays. Alright, so far in this part of the world, we are paying to get connected to the internet. We are paying to get connected to the internet. If you see, 5 years, 10 years before, how we pay? We pay per minute probably. In dial-up world, in dial-up era, we pay per minute. Is it correct in Cambodia? So I know, when I grew up with internet, I know the fear. When I log into internet, I just have to rush. You have to disconnect quickly. Right? So that was paying by minute that time. And doesn't matter how much content you are getting. Right? On the other side, there is a payment model. There is a cost model. You are paying per meg. Right? So if you go around different part of the world, you will see different payment model. Pay per meg, pay per minute, right? But normally to make internet as a part of your life, we need to move away from that fear. Why per minute? I have to count every second then. Right? And that's what the reality now. Probably you pay by month, right? Unlimited connection nowadays. So you don't have that fear. Log into internet every day, during the whole day you do your work, right? And out of the work that you do, if you do at least 60-70% productive, 30-40% non-productive, it doesn't matter. Nothing is not productive. Everything is useful in internet. That's what my experience. Alright. So if you see the internet economy, how it has been built, one group of people, for them the cost model is creating a pipe for you to bring the data, like ISPs. Create the pipe, create the door, create the way to bring data, and you are paying them. And other group of people, they're not dealing with that way, right? They're dealing with that accessibility, but they are dealing with content. Like Google, Yahoo, right? We call them CDN, Content Data Networks. Right? Okay. Now if you see the client server model, whole data flow from your machine, when you go to browse Google, what you are buying actually? I am buying the content that Google is giving to me. But it is coming via a path, so that the amount of money I am paying, a part of it going to the traffic operator, a part of it going to the content provider. How do we know which part is going to the content provider, which part is going to the transit operators? Right? I'll give you a very scary example now. What is scary? Like a newspaper in Cambodia, xyznewspaper.com. Right? When you read that newspaper in the morning, what that money involves? The newspaper company who hosted the data, are they getting paid from you? Are you paying them? Then what is their interest to host it? What is the interest to make it available? Why they are desperate to make their paper available from 12 a.m. in the morning? Why? Is it only because of the advertisement? Then who is getting the money? When you are browsing that or reading that newspaper, who is getting the money? If you are getting to BecomNet, probably you are paying BecomNet end of the month. Right? Okay. Do you know where that website is hosted? Do you know where the web server is? It's round the corner, next door? You don't know? Right? So for example, most likely the website is hosted in US, in some data center in US. Clear? So when you are browsing the website, from where the data is coming? From US. Through which channel? Through which channel? On that side, where the newspaper is hosted, they probably hosted on any of the data center in US, right? The data center has got a connectivity to the internet. And that data center, when they connect it to the internet, it means there are a number of big ISPs in the middle who connected them. Then in Cambodia, BecomNet also connected to there. Right? Now if you see when the data is coming, who are getting paid? You are paying BecomNet. BecomNet is paying the big ISP. The big ISP is paying the other big ISP. Right? This is how the payment has been. Made. Now you take the question. Now you take the calculation. How much I am paying to which part of the internet or which ISP of the internet? This is a content that is a local content. That web server, that newspaper is BecomNet, Cambodian local newspaper, yes or no? Right? You are hosting it in US. So to get that content from US back to Cambodia, you are paying someone else. Did you see? It's like I grew my eggplant in my home and I stored it in US and buy from them. You get that scary picture. We call it internet economy. Where is my content? Where am I hosting? Right? If I am producing or growing my rice in here, in Phnom Penh, and after I sort of harvest those rice, I put it back in somewhere else and get mine from there. How stupid we are. So that's what we call internet economy. When you send email from your email account to your friend email, where is your friend? Just next door, or probably in other part of Phnom Penh. You are connected to BecomNet. The other friend, he is connected to another ISP. So when you are sending email, your email is going via some other path, like US, Singapore, Australia, and coming back to your friend. Right? Did you see the difference? Your data, your content, we call it local content, local data, is going via international transit. Right? This is how we build internet economy. If you see the money we are paying, how that money has been distributed, it depends on how you build the architecture, how you build the path. Building better internet. This is how you build better internet. right? So, in internet, if you see the connectivity, how we connect, there are two types of business relationship or the connectivity relationship. One type we call transit, other type we call peer. Peering connectivity or transit connectivity. Right? So what is transit connectivity? Transit connectivity is a type of connection that you are getting, that is you are using as a media to go from one side to the other side. So for example, if I need to go to other room of this building, then probably the hallway in the middle is a transit because I am going via this. Clear? Is it clear? Like what is transit? Transit is through which, say for example, I have a house here, this is my neighbor and another neighbor on the other side. That neighbor and myself, we don't have direct connectivity. But we have connectivity via the transit in the middle. So if I need to go to that neighbor, I have to go via his house in the middle. Why that neighbor in the middle will allow me to go to other side, other neighbor through his home? Why you do that? What is his interest? You have to pay. He can tell you, oh okay, if you are going to the next neighbor, you need to pay me. So what he is doing? He is charging a transit fee from you to go to the other neighbor. Right? Same thing in internet. When you are browsing Google, in the middle of the ISPs, they are giving you transit to go to Google data center. You are paying for that. Make sense? So transit is a type of connection in internet where you have to pay. Other type of connection in internet is peering. What is peering? Peering means if my house and that neighbor on the other side, we can build a road among ourselves, then we don't need to go via this house in the middle and pay him. We can create another door or another road and then we can go to each other's house without paying that guy in the middle. Clear? That's what we call peering. And in peering, since we build it together, after we build it, you don't need to pay anyone else. Right? So peering relation is something where we don't pay. Right? Peering relation is something where we don't pay. In Phnom, if we have two mobile operators, right? And one mobile operator has got 1,000 customers. Other mobile operator has got 2,000 customers. Right? When those two mobile operators, they do the analysis and they find, okay, out of our customers, 20%, 30% call are in between those two mobile operators. Right? And rest of the call is going via government telco in Phnom, right? So if those two mobile operators they peer each other and they have an agreement, okay, you send whatever call you send to me and I will call, whatever call my customer call to you. But end of the month, we will not pay each other because it's almost equal. You are sending 1,000 call every month, I am sending 900 call every month. Almost equal. Then why you pay? Just make it open. Let the user enjoy the conversation. Make sense? So this is what peering relationship. Clear? So when you go into that example that I started today, ISP A, ISP B in Phnom Penh, they are exchanging email, right? You are sending an email to your friend. You are connected to BComNet and other friend is connected to XYZ, right? When you exchange email, if those two ISP within Cambodia, they peer each other, then they can save that money from the transit. Yes or no? They save the money from the transit. So if they do the cost analysis, BComNet is paying 10% $10,000 every month to Syntel, which is the big ISP. On the other side, another ISP paying $5,000 every month to the big ISPs. When you do the traffic analysis, after doing the traffic analysis, you determine out of the total traffic what recombinant ISP is sending. Out of those, 5%, 10%, 20% is just local traffic, and the remaining is overseas traffic. Then if you see the budget, if you see the payment, 20% of 10,000 is how much? 2,000? Yes? Yes. So end of the month, if you can do peering, then from the bottom line, you can save 2,000 per month. Clear? This is how we can reduce the cost of internet, build better internet, build internet economy. So, peering is a relation that will help to reduce the cost. And for that, you have to have a system in place to do the traffic analysis. Because in internet, doing traffic analysis is not difficult, it's very easy. If you can see, if you can just enable net flow, and by doing those analysis, you easily can find out how much traffic is going to local network or within Cambodia, how much traffic are going outside Cambodia. Based on that, if you do the planning, you can build better internet, you can save money, you can reduce the cost of internet users. Okay. Now we'll go into the content part of it. If within Cambodia, if you see the pattern, what type of content most of the users are using in Cambodia? Do you have any statistics? What is the sort of very popular content in Cambodia other than Facebook? Sorry? Google? Alright. Normally what our analysis, 40% traffic goes to Google, 35 to 40% traffic goes to Google, and 20% to 25% traffic goes to Facebook nowadays. So if you calculate those two big content providers, around 50% traffic is going, right? And then probably some traffics are local traffic, and then some are overseas traffic in different part of the network or internet. If you can build a peering architecture within Cambodia, if you can build a peering architecture within Cambodia, then on that peering architecture, you ask ISPs, you ask telcos, you ask all the big companies who are running internet, who are running network, computer network, connect on the exchange, peering exchange, connect on the peering exchange. Right? If all those big network operators in Cambodia, somehow they can be able to connect to that internet exchange within Cambodia, then you will see your data flow will be changed. How will be changed? Any data is going within Cambodia will go through peering circuit. Any data going to overseas will go through transit circuit. Right? So when it goes through peering circuit, cost model is different. When it's going to transit circuit, cost models are different. Right? Clear? That is the architecture we need to build. Then after you think about the content. Alright. When we are able to build that architecture for the peering, right? And when all those big operators, not necessarily always ISPs, it can be a bank, it can be an university, when they connect, then you will see slowly when internet will become available for every application, for every services, right? Most of the services you can host locally within Cambodia. If you can host locally within Cambodia, those will go to the peering circuit. And the cost model, payment, depending on you people, you guys. Not to the big enterprise. What will be the cost model? It can be, I don't know, free, it can be some cost recovery cost. Right? Okay. Now the question comes, Facebook, Google, Yahoo, those content providers, they are still on transit circuit. Right? Google, Facebook, Yahoo, are they connected to your IREX? Probably not at this stage, but they are on the transit circuit, on US, or in Singapore, or in Australia. Right? When you have your exchange ready, your peering network ready, peering architecture ready, then all those CDN, they will come to Cambodia to put or to host their cache engine within Cambodia. We call it local cache, because the content provider like Google, Facebook, their business is not on the transit path, like all those big ISPs doing. Make sense? When they realize there is an architecture within Cambodia, and if they can put a cache of Facebook server, a cache of Google server within Cambodia, that will also save their money. How will save their money? Because when they are on the transit circuit with their ISP, right, to get your data to be available, they need to pay on their side as well. Yes or no? They are paying on their side. But if it is available within Cambodia, if they put their server here, then they can save money from there. So they are interested to host their content locally. They are interested. Make sense? When you can build your own data centers within Cambodia, well standard data centers, I'm sure it's possible. Then what benefit you will get on those data centers? Big content providers, international content providers, local content providers, they will be interested to host their servers within Cambodia locally. What are the benefits? Cost will be saved, quality will be good, because if it is coming from overseas, latency will be minimum 50, 60, 100 milliseconds if it is coming via fiber. If it is locally, it will be less than 20 milliseconds. User experience will be better, quality will be better. Do you have any internet exchange? I think Micomnet has got one. My point is, from APD, we encourage, we support internet exchange. And this is how internet has been built last 30 years. Have you heard about London Internet Exchange? Have you heard about Netherlands Internet Exchange? There are lots of internet exchange around. When London Internet Exchange started, 20 years before, 25 years before, that time big telcos, big operators actually protested. They tried not to make it happen, because that will be bad for their business, right? But at that time in London, the big ISPs, their CDOs, right, they knew the benefit of it. They took the call, they made it happen. So when it happened, when the London Internet Exchange started, there was very few prefix there. So normally an Internet Exchange, we measure them by calculating how many prefixes you have on that Internet Exchange. In the Internet, if you see the BGP routers, full BGP feed, there are around 500,000 prefixes, around close to 500,000 prefixes available at that time. Now, it means 500,000 destination available, right, in the world. So out of those 500,000 destinations, if I make those 500,000 destinations available through the transit circuit, if I make those 500,000 destinations through the transit circuit, then definitely I have to pay for all those destinations. Right? Now I need to calculate, okay, I have got an exchange in Cambodia. And on that exchange, out of the 500,000 destinations, how many available locally? Say around 200 available locally. So those 200 you can divert to the peering circuit. Right? Like this. Sorry. Like this. From here to go to Riverside. To go to Riverside, to go to Siem Reap, to go to Singapore, to go to San Jose, to go to London. Lots of destinations I have. Right? All the routes I have. Currently in my routing table, I have information to go to all those destinations. I have to go via Phnom Penh Airport. I have to go via Phnom Penh Airport. From there I need to go to Bangkok. From Bangkok I have to come to Siem Reap. Right? So that is what the destination information I have. And to go to Singapore, to go to San Jose, to go to London, altogether I have got 10 destinations. All go via this path, via Phnom Penh Airport. Then I did a traffic analysis. After doing the traffic analysis, I found out of those 10 destinations, Siem Reap I can go to Siem Reap directly from Cambodia. Sorry, Phnom Penh to Siem Reap, right? There is a direct flight. Right? So that I can take out from my transit circuit. I can save cost. Right? Same concept in internet. In the current internet, there are around 500,000 prefixes, 500,000 destinations. Out of which, if I connect to London Internet Exchange, how many prefixes I will get from London Internet Exchange? Currently, there are 30,000 prefixes plus, 30,000 plus prefixes available in London Internet Exchange. 30,000 plus. Do you see? So, those 30,000 prefixes available in London Internet Exchange, if I can build a peering circuit from here to London Internet Exchange, how much it will cost? You have to do the calculation. How much it will cost from here to London Internet Exchange if I need to get an IPLC, International Private Lease Circuit, to submarine cable connection, how much I have to pay? Right? And then do the traffic analysis. Okay, those 30,000 destinations, if I need to go via the transit circuit, how much I have to pay? If the peering circuit give you 50% less cost, let's do it. Right? This is how the big ISPs, big operators in this region building internet. If you see Singtel, if you see PCCW, if you see Telstra in Australia, they always do this sort of calculation. And they will find out, okay, to come to Cambodia from Australia, I am coming now via Singtel in Singapore. And to Singtel, how much traffic I am sending to Cambodia? Only the 10 meg or 20 meg traffic. For 10 meg and 20 meg traffic, how much is the payment? For $100 at this stage from Australia. Right? Keep doing your calculation. At one point of time, when you realize, no, now I am paying $10,000 per month to send traffic to Cambodia and get traffic from Cambodia. $10,000 per month. Then you do a calculation, okay, if I bring an IPLC, a private lease circuit from Australia up to Canada to submarine cable, how much I have to pay every month? $5,000. Oh, that's even less, 50% less. Build a fiber cable up to Cambodia or rent a fiber cable up to Cambodia. Because there are lots of operators around who can give you the circuit from Cambodia to Australia. So this is how you do the analysis and build your internet economy. Right? Content-wise, we need to control the data flow of the content. How content will be delivered. We need to build and control the data flow of the content. How we can control it? In internet, if you see the domain architecture, right? This is how the domain has been distributed. There are, on the top we have a root and managed by IR ICANN is an US organization who administer the internet operation. They are not for profit organization. Right? If you see the domain distribution architecture, after the group we have global top level domain, GTLD, global top level domain. Can you give me an example of the global top level domain? Who are the global top level domain? Sorry? .com, .net, .org. Those are global top level domain. We normally call them GTLD. GTLD, global top level domain. Right? If you register a global top level domain or GTLD, right, then whoever will browse your website, like with the global top level domain, .net, .org or .com, it will go to the root, and from root it will go to the dedicated web servers where it is. So this is what an international global top level domain. So you don't have any control on the data flow. It is completely dependent on the global architecture. Right? On the other side, we have CCTLD, country code top level domain, like .kh, .sg, Singapore, right? .au, Australia, yeah. So those who call CCTLD, country code top level domain, right? So for those CCTLD, country code top level domain, who are the domain manager? Who manage those country code top level domain? .kh, who manage it? I think some government organization in Cambodia, right? Okay. So this is how you can concentrate, you can centralize Cambodian local content locally. Right? So if the control is within Cambodia for the domain data flow, when someone registers .kh domain, you can put it within Cambodia locally. So when someone else will browse, those will go locally. That will not go to the US or international circuit. Right? So at one point of time, if you can concentrate all Cambodian data locally to Cambodia, then what will be happening? The whole business case will be changed. Business case will be upside down. How it will be upside down? Before those big ISPs were charging you to get your own content. Right? Yes or no? Because from here you are downloading the newspaper. They are charging you. Now all hosted locally in your peering circuit. If someone from US need to come and visit Siem Reap to see the temple with all information, then who will deliver the data? They or you? You will deliver the data. So they will download it. You go and ask them, now you pay me. Now you pay me. Before I paid it, now you pay me. So business will be changed. Make sense? If you can build your own content locally. So people have got interest on your content. People need to know what is the temple. People need to go there and visit. They need to book accommodation. Right? They need to book car. If all those things you can centralize, you can concentrate locally, then when they will use it, all will be upload for them. When all will be upload for them, then you can ask them, give me money now. Or book here with me. Make sense? So this is how we build internet economy. So to build an IX, it's not a rocket science. To build an IX, this is not a rocket science. In internet exchange, policy is the main thing. Policy, because it's a business. And to control, to facilitate the business, policy is the main thing. So in internet exchange, there are two types of peering policy. Because in internet exchange, what we are doing? In internet exchange, all those operators, they are going, connecting, and they are peering each other. Peering means no payment, they are just sharing data. in an IX, peering model can be two types, bilateral peering or multilateral peering. Right? What is bilateral peering? Bilateral peering means when you connect to the IX, then after that, each and individual ISP, they will have their own agreement of sharing data. Right? In an IX in Cambodia, 10 organizations is connecting. It doesn't mean I am getting all 10 prefix after I connect. No, it depends on the policy. Because you have to build a business case as well. If there is no business case, then why people will connect IX? Just to do business? Right? Okay. Business model can be BLPA, bilateral. It means individual ISPs, they will peer with individuals. So, the organizations who will be connecting, they will choose their own peer. How I choose my peer? When I meet 100 people here, right? 100 people comes here, we are talking to each other. How I will choose my peer? Right? Like Nick and Nick, who are equal. If there is I don't know, young people and there is very elderly people, will they peer each other? Will that match the conversation? Probably not. Right? So big player will be at the big player because it's equal, win-win for them. And small player will peer with the small player. That's what BLPA model. But in BLPA model, or bilateral peering model, the challenge is managing the peering. We need to manage so many peering because if I need to peer with individual, right? If I have got 10, 20, 50 members, the individual has to manage peering, right? It's a bit challenging in BLPA. Another model called MLPA, multilateral peering. How MLPA and multilateral peering works? We connect to the IX and there will be a centralized root server or route server, right? There will be a centralized route server. With that route server, we will peer. So by having only one peer, I can get all the other peering information. MLPA, right? MLPA, what we found in the internet industry, MLPA works better in a sense to grow the IX fast, quickly. One connection, lots of prefix I can get. Okay. Those all policy things, I think that relates to the policy makers within the country. In Cambodia, within the government or within the industry, those policies need to be discussed and finalize the policy, and then you can build your IX. And it's really important to build better internet, to get or to give good user experience, to save money. IX is very, very important. When you have an IX has to be sort of an organization who can work as a neutral body. Because if IX is dominated by individual organization who has got the business interest, then it's a bit challenging, right? But normally open IX is a platform that can create a very healthy business relationship within the country and that can promote your internet economy. And if you can build that, then the international stakeholder like APNIC who are facilitating, then content provider who are making content available can come and join the IX. Make sense? I can give you an example of a cost model of an IX. To run an IX, you can rely on, there are some costs involved. For example, there will be a cost for the access link. It means the IX where it is located and the ISP where they have the data center, probably not on the same building. We have to have a connection from that office up to the IX. That's what is called access link. There will be a cost for the access link. There will be a cost for the link maintenance. There will be a cost for the utility. When you are building the IX, when you are running the IX, right, you have to pay for the electricity, you have to pay for the air conditioning, you have to pay for the staff who will be managing it, right? And then the administrative cost. How those costs can be there? It can be not for profit, it can be a cost sharing basis, it means whoever is connected, they will share the cost every month. It could be a membership base, every month people, members will pay certain money, or it can be a commercial IX as well. I mean, IX like Equinix, IX like Sintel, even Becomnet has got IX, that is commercial IX as well. So all can work. Right? This is just one type of topological diagram how you can connect an IX. But internet exchange is very essential to build better internet. If you see the experience history in US, they build their network by having lots of IX. They don't call it IX. In US, this type of connectivity they call it NAP, network access point. And in Europe, they call it IX, internet exchange. Any question? Only myself talking. Alright, so I will try to introduce APNIC in a structured way now. That's what my last presentation for today. APNIC is a registry. As I said, APNIC is an internet registry for Asia Pacific. What internet registry does? Internet registry actually facilitate the registration of your IP addresses, because IP address is something that is very essential to run your network. IP address is very essential and important things to run your network, right? And if you see the TCP/IP protocol, uniqueness of IP address is absolutely important to run the network. Uniqueness of the IP address. But how you will ensure the uniqueness of the IP address? Uniqueness means ISP-X in Cambodia and ISP-Y in Cambodia, they are not using the same IP address. If they are using the same IP address, problem, internet will not work. You have to ensure the uniqueness of the address. To ensure the uniqueness of the address, registry plays a very important role on the numbers, like IP address, you need AS number for that as well, right? So APNIC is one of the registry in world. So in the world, if you see the internet administrative structure, on the top we have ICANN, and under ICANN we have got an organization called IANA. They are the central registry. From IANA, 5 regions we have in the world. Who are the 5 registries? In here we have Asia Pacific. This is what Asia Pacific. Then we have got North America. What is that? Oh, sorry, Europe. In here we have Europe. Oh no, sorry. This is what North America. Yeah, this is what North America, South America, Europe in here, and Africa. So one region here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 regions in the world have got 5 different registries under the central registry. The job of the registry is to make sure those numbers are unique. One very important job. That is why those registries, they manage a WHOIS server. It's a public database, and that public database maintains the records of all those IP addresses. Right? What is the benefit of those public WHOIS record? When we run the internet, if you need to do any troubleshooting, if you need to find any issue, security issue as well, we can use those registry information, registry database to find out who is using which IP block. And registry's job is to make those available for you. That is the core business of the registry. Other business is arranging this sort of workshops, seminars, and transfer those knowledge to the people. Do training, facilitate the internet development like internet exchange. If you have an internet exchange, APNIC is happy to deploy a root server locally. When Epic will be able to deploy a root server, Epic will pay for that. You don't need to pay. So Epic will deploy a root server, and from that root server, you can isolate your local, your DNS query to the peering circuit. Make sense? Epic also facilitates a policy discussion process. What is the policy discussion process? Policy discussion process is how you will manage those IP addresses. Because IP address AS numbers are public resource. No one owns that. Even Epic doesn't own that. Those are all lease basis. Whoever need it, you have right to request for it. Because those are not owned by any individuals, any organization. Those are public resources. Epic is only managing it. Or I would say, Epic Secretariat is only managing it. Epic Secretariat means the organization where I work for. And Epic means the whole internet community in Asia Pacific. Okay? So what Epic does, Epic do those activities. That's 4 common activities, and we have got details. I'll be sharing that slide so you can keep those as your reference. We do face-to-face training, we do online training, e-learning. Just go to our Epic website or our training website, training.epic.net. Then you will see every Wednesday we are doing online training. Free of cost. Just register, make yourself available, log in, then you will see people like me presenting something. Just listen to it, if you are interested. Okay. Epic organize conference twice a year. This year we had our conference in Malaysia in February. Our next conference in August is in Brisbane in Australia. Those conferences are a very useful resource for the business people to build your business contract. Right? To go and talk to the expert people who build the internet by themselves. Right? So in Epic community, if you go there, you will see all those expert people who build the internet. Right? And they are the first-hand resource who develop the internet across the world. Even though you cannot go in person to Epic meeting, right? Epic conference, still you can join that conference from remote. From your laptop, from your desktop, from your home or from your office, you can just log into our conference website. It's webcasted, live webcast. You can go and join it. You can go and participate. Even you can ask questions. You can vote. Everything will be counted. Vote for policy and others. Alright. So within Epic, we have got some region. Yeah, this is the better picture of different region. Registry region. So this is what Epic region. This is Arab region, Latin America region, Africa and Europe. This is how internet registry system has been managed. Within Epic, we have some region. I think Cambodia belongs to Southeast Asia. Yeah, Southeast Asia, yeah, Cambodia. So, Epic operates 56 economies in this part of the world. 56, so we operate 56 economies. So our staff, they are traveling all the time to different parts of this region and discussing with the people, talking to the people, helping them to build better internet in their country. So, when you receive address, how much time you have? Running out, right? So, when Epic distribute address or the IP address that you will be working on, normally according to the policy language, IP address management language, those IP addresses are classified into two classes, portable and non-portable. What is portable IP address? Portable IP address means the IP address that you can carry with you. When you build your network, you use a public IP address, build your network. When you connect it to your ISP like BeacomNet, if your IP address is non-portable, it means you receive it from the BeacomNet ISP. Then it will become a non-portable IP. So when you move to some other ISP, you cannot carry the IP address with you. You have to give it back to BeacomNet. And with the new ISP, you will give it new IP address. So those are non-portable IP addresses. For a big organization, doesn't matter service provider, but big organization like bank, university, it's very tedious job to renumber the whole servers. So they rely on portable address, not non-portable address. What is portable address? Portable address you only can get from the registry, like APNIC or which part you are in the world. When you get that address from the registry, it will be portable. It means that IP address you can use, build your network and keep using it as long as you are the member of the registry. You don't need to renumber your network. Make sense? When you will close your membership with APNIC, then you need to give it back. Otherwise, it's yours. Alright, so that's it we have for today. Any question? If no question, then I was loud and clear. Alright, so our message is build better internet, be prepared to come to the industry, talk to APNIC if you need any help. Thank you very much. I have to ask some questions. 3 questions, right? Okay, there are some gifts. My first question is, who runs internet? Who runs internet? Who runs the internet? Very easy question. No one? Yes. Well, I'll take that answer. Actual answer was no one. But he said everyone. Yeah, that's all correct. Everyone. Yeah, the answer is no one. It means everyone runs the internet. Second question. Who standardized the open internet? Who standardized the open internet?
Analyze. Standardize.
So the right answer will come here. The right answer come here. We have to collect the data. Who standardized open internet?
IETF.
That's excellent. How many registries we have in the world for that internet address management? Who are they? That's fine, come. Right.